Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen AutomationLabs. So guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the collection series. And in the previous video, we have already seen the how exactly HashMap works internally. And today we are going to talk about what is linked HashMap, which is another type of HashMap. It's just like an HashMap, but with one extra feature that it maintains the insertion order. So first we will see the hierarchy, that how exactly it is defined. So I'm talking about the linked hash map over here, guys. So let's simple write it linked hash. Okay, so linked hash set, which is doing what? This guy is already extending hash map. Okay, and this map interface is already there, and we have already seen that HashMap is implementing this particular interface, right guys? So, and linked hash set is the implementation of map interface and also extending HashMap class, and this is also a class and this is an interface. So this is just like HashMap only. There is no big difference. This is just like HashMap. The only thing is that it maintains the insertion order, right? So what do you mean by insertion order? So first we will see that maintains insertion order. So it stored the value. I will write couple of things for you guys. It stores the values in a node, and that node is defined like with a doubly linked list. Okay, with a doubly linked list. Otherwise the rest of the things will remain same, and other things like store the value on the basis of key and value pair format. Third thing is that this is also not synchronized. Okay, so this is also not synchronized. It means it is not a thread safe. This is also not a thread safe. Okay, and then same other features, like it may have one null key. I would write one null key, and multiple null values are allowed. Multiple null values are allowed. Okay, the only difference is that this guy, insertion order. So insertion order is available in linked HashMap, but HashMap does not maintain any insertion order. What do you mean by insertion order? Let's see, I have added 4 values like that. Okay, so this is first number, this is second number, third number, and the fourth number. When I print it, I'll be getting the same order, first, 2, 3, and 4. So the way you have entered the value, the same way you are getting, in the same order you are getting the values over here. But okay, this is my linked hash map. But in normal hash map, whatever the values, key and value pair format, let's see that you have added, there is no guarantee that okay, it will maintain the order. I mean, first of all, it does not maintain the order. No guarantee that you will be getting in the same order over here. So you might get like this, 4, 2, 3, 1. Next time you might get 1, 2, 4, 3, something like this. Okay, you can get it, right? So let's talk about how exactly it works internally, which is a very important for interview point of view, guys. Remember this thing. So as I told you that it's a node which looks okay, it stored the value in a particular node, and first of all, that a particular node, right? So this node will behave like a doubly linked list node. So how exactly, what do you mean by doubly linked list node? So this is the structure of node. So if someone is asking you what is the structure of a node of linked hash map, it maintains the doubly linked list. Doubly linked list means this is my before end. Okay, for the previous node it will connect, and this node, I mean this end is used to connect to the next node, and the key will be stored over here and the value will be stored over here like that. So this is the structure of the node of the linked hash set. So I'm just writing the short form, linked hash map, LHP, right? Now Same way that it will maintain the segments. So when we create one linked hash map, so how will you create a linked hash map? I'll share these notes also with you guys, don't worry about that. So how to create a linked hash map? So simple, this is the implementation of the map interface. So let's see, I want one string as a key, and then I want one integer hash map. Okay, put a diamond bracket like that, right? So this is a class and this is the interface, and we are doing a top casting over here. The child class object can be referred by parent interface reference variable. Perfect. So this is the way we have to define. Now how will you enter the value? We have to use the put method. So in put method, how exactly it works? Simple, write map dot put method, and the same key and value, whatever the generics that you have defined over here. So let's see, my first value is a Tom, and then integer, I say that okay, Tom got 100 marks, like that. Same way, map dot put, the next guy I'm writing, let's see, Naveen, and the value is 200 over here. Third guy, let's see, I'm writing Steve, and the value is 300 over here. And the fourth guy is let's see, Lisa, and the value is 400 over here. So this is the, okay, with the help of put method, I have stored all these 4 values that I have stored. Okay, now the moment we write, and how exactly it stores the value internally, what is the internal mechanism of this? So let's try to do that. Now see it carefully. What I'm saying is that first it will be divided into 16 segments, and let's see, the segment number of segments n is equal to 16. So this is the number of segments. Okay, so how exactly it will be divided? It will be divided like this, guys. I'll write like this. Let me draw a simple diagram over here. Okay, starting from 0 to 15, and then let's see, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 14 and 15. So I quickly write the indexing over here, 1, 2 and 14, 15. So 16 segments are there. Perfect. Now by default 16 segments will be created. This is called the default capacity that we have already discussed about it. This is called default capacity of the hash map, linked hash map or hash map. The default capacity is equal to 16. Now what happens the moment I say that okay, yeah, I want to add this guy Tom, I want to add Tom and 100. So the concept of hashing will remain same, right guys? So what exactly inside the put method, see, the put method will behave like this. I would write it over here. Let's see, put method, it will take the key. It means say that okay, yeah, give me the key, and then inside the put method, first we have to call the hash code method, which is we have to implement it, and then which is coming from the object class. So it will, okay, for the key it will calculate the hash code, and hash code will be calculated in integer. So let's see, this is h is the hash code, and from this particular hash code we will maintain one index. We will find out the index over here, that okay, what is the index. So by using the modular operator or modular function, we will be getting the index over here like that. So whatever the index on the basis of hash code will be created. So let's see, the first guy I am passing Tom. So Tom as a key will be given to this guy. So when I pass Tom, so hash code of Tom will be calculated. Okay guys, so hash code of Tom will be calculated like that. And let's see, the hash code for Tom, we are getting something like this, 170268. Okay, and then this is my hash code, h is equal to this, and then I'm getting the index. Let's see, index is equal to, okay, from this particular hash code we are getting index as a 4 over here, right? So what will happen, this guy Tom, we have found that okay, this is the hash code and this is the index, right? So what will happen, where exactly it will be stored, it will go to the 4th index, it will go to this particular position, and every segment will behave like a node over here, guys. So this is a node of doubly linked list. It means it is divided like this. This is the before end, this is for the key, this is for the value, and this is the after end. So this is my key, this is my value, this is my before, which will connect to the previous node, and this is my after, which will connect to the after node. So same thing, guy. Okay, same thing over here. This is a B, this is K, this is V, and this is E, like that. So every node will having like that. So let's see, this fourth index we are storing the value. So what value we will having? So on the fourth index, this is my before, and the key is what? The key is Tom. Tom will be stored over here, and what is the value? The value is whatever the value is, 100. This is my value, so value is 100 will be stored over here, and this is the after node. Okay, now so how exactly the value will be stored like this? So I don't have any space over here, so it will look like this only, like that, right guys? So in this case, my head of the list will be pointing to this guy only, and tail also, because so far we have added only one node, only one value we have added, and this is pointing to null, and this is pointing to null right now. And the value is what? The value is a Tom over here, and sorry, the key is a Tom over here, and what is the value? The value is 100 will be stored over here, like that. So it will look like this. Okay, and this is my first node available on the fourth index, so it got stored at the fourth index. Perfect. Now the second guy is Naveen is the key, and 200 is the value. So again, hash code for the Naveen will be calculated. So I simple write, let's see, hash code for Naveen. Okay, so hash code for Naveen, let's see, I'm getting H is equal to something 170280, whatever, right? And index I'm getting from this hash code, let's see, this getting stored at the 6th position. So index from this particular hash code I'm getting on the 6th position. So on the 6th position, same thing will happen over here, like that, and the value is okay, like that. Value is Naveen over here, and then 200 will be stored. So what will happen? It will create a node, and okay, I'll do one thing that so one more node got created over here, and now see it carefully. This is the after, and this is this is the before, and this is the after section over here, and this is the before section, and this is the after section. So the 6th guy will be stored over here. Okay, like that. So this is at the 6th index, and what is the value? The value is Naveen over here. So I'll write Naveen, sorry, key is Naveen, and the value is a 200 over here. You can see that the value is 200. Now see it carefully, how exactly these two nodes will be connected, because these are the nodes from the doubly linked list. So the property of the doubly linked list, first of all, that instead of this null, okay, it is not pointing to null now, it will start pointing to this over here, like that. Okay, so this after will be pointed to this particular before, and its before will be pointing to the after of the first node. And where exactly the first node before is pointing to the null only, and now this will start pointing to null. Fine. Okay, so like this it will be connected. Then the third guy is the Steve. So same thing, let's see, for Steve, let's see, the hash code for Steve we are getting something 190268, and then the index we are getting for Steve is equal to, let's see, on 8th position, or whatever the okay index that we are getting. So this is, let's see, for Steve. So let's see, on 8th position the data will be stored over here, like that. This is for Steve, and the value is 300, and on 8th position the node will be created, and node will be filled again, like that. Okay, like that. And this is again a before node, this will point to null, and what is the index? The index is the Steve over here will be stored, and what is the value? The value is 300. Same thing, same concept over here, that this A will be pointing to the before of the third node, the next node, and then this B will be start pointing to this guy over here, and it will stop pointing to null now, right guys? So you can write it like this, like that. Okay, perfect. Now last guy is Lisa, key and value. For Lisa, let's calculate that hash code for Lisa, something like this. I'm getting 180988, and index I'm getting is equal to, let's see, on 12th position. okay, and this is for Lisa. So on 12th position, this is the 12th position, Lisa will be stored where exactly? Over here, like that. One more node will be created, and Lisa, she, okay, stored over here 400, and this is the after node, this is the before node, this is the after node. Its after node will be start pointing to the null, and then it will stop pointing to null over here. It will start pointing to the before node of this guy, and then before node of this node will start pointing to the previous, okay, previous a node of the previous node, like that. So what you see over here, and like that, at end it will store like that. And let's see, if you really want to store null value, as I told you that, okay, one null key is allowed with some value. Let's see, I'm writing Peter over here. Okay, this is also could be a pair. So for null key, always remember the hash code is always 0. So if hash code is 0, so index is also 0 in that case. So null values will be stored at the 0th position, like that. Okay, like that. So this is for null, and whatever the value Peter will be stored over here. Perfect, like that. And this guy will be connected to the last node from this, okay, from here over here, like that. Okay, anyways, so if you see this structure of this particular node, don't you think that, okay, there's a structure is coming like that? Let's see that I'm creating one simple diagram. Once again, this is my first node, then this is my second node, this is my third node, and this is my fourth node. So far we have added 4 values, right? And like that, 4 different sections. Okay, and this is my head, and what, this is my tail, the tail of the list, linked list, or which linked list? Doubly linked list. And the value is a Tom, sorry, key is Tom, value is 100. This is still pointing to null. This is the before section, and this after section is pointing to this guy, right? And its before is pointing to this. Same thing, the next value is what? Naveen. Okay, and this is my 200, and this is before, this is after, and I quickly write the third guy is Steve, value is 300, this is A, this is B, and then we have Lisa as a key, 400 is the value, and this is after, this is before, this tail is pointing to null, and this before is pointing to this A is pointing to this, again this after is pointing to its before, and before is pointing to this. So you see that, okay, this is what? A doubly linked list it will create to store the value. So remember this thing, this is called doubly. That's why it maintains what? That's why it maintains the insertion order. Now the moment you write a get, so I simply say that, okay, from this particular map, a dot get method, and you pass the key, my key is a Tom. So what will you get? We should get 100 over here, right? Because for Tom, if you see this particular, for Tom, the value is 100. This is my key. So if I'm passing Tom, I should get 100. So how exactly it will be calculated? Same way, I should get 100. So how? Same way, if this is the get method, we have to pass the key, right guys? See, so how exactly get method is implemented? First it will calculate the hash code. So I'll get my hash code, h is equal to one method I'll be calling hash code, and whatever the key that you are calculating, so whatever the hash code we are getting it, and then I'm getting the index over here, that is also an integer, is equal to, then I'll be using some modular operation on this particular hash code to get the key, and then we will check that, okay, on this particular key it will go and check in the in this particular linked list, it will check that, okay, hey, for this particular, let's see, for Tom, whatever the value we were getting for Tom, hash code for Tom was 170268. Same thing for Tom, 170268 will be calculated. Index is 4. So what will happen? It will go to the 4th index and it will check the key. So guys, this is my 4th index, and Naveen is available on 6th index, and 8th index for Steve, and this is for 12th index, right, in this particular segment. So it will go to the fourth index, it will check by using the dot equals method that okay, yeah, this is the same key, the key got found, and whatever the value is available, so it will return what? It will return the value like that. So that's where the value will be returned. So whatever the value in the available in the integer or in any kind of object, it will be returned like that. So that's where the moment I pass Tom, I'm getting 100 over here. Okay, so this is the way we can get the value from this particular list. And remember one thing, just because of this doubly linked list, the after node is connected to its the next before node, like that, all the nodes are connected with each other. In that case, that's why it maintains the insertion order. So whatever the insertion order is there, so let's see if I'm writing system.out.println, print the value of map, right? So what exactly you will get if you print this particular map, you will get the same order. You will get Tom, value is 100. You will get Naveen, whatever the way you have inserted the value is 200. Then this Steve is the key, value is the 300, and then we will get Lisa with 400 over here, like that. So in the same way, you will be getting the insertion order like that. The way you have added, the same way you will be getting it also. That is the only difference between HashMap and the linked HashMap. But same thing if you are doing with the HashMap, as I told you, you might get Tom first, then you might get Steve, then you might get Lisa, and then you might get Naveen. It depends how exactly initially the value got stored on the basis of their hash code. Okay, so this is the HashMap. Does not maintain any insertion order, but in linked HashMap it maintains the insertion order. That's the difference, and then internal implementation is available in the form of a doubly linked list. Perfect. And in how exactly HashMap is stored? HashMap is stored in a particular segment. If in case of collision, it create a simple linked list over here, a single linked list, it will be created, and then once the threshold value is more than 8, it will be converted into a balanced binary tree over there. That is the difference between these two guys. That's it. Okay guys, so very famous interview question, that a difference between HashMap and linked HashMap. People will ask you this question, that versus with and this. So that's all for this particular video guys. Thanks for watching this particular video, and I hope you like this particular explanation, and I'll try to share this particular all these notes in my drive, and I'll share the link in the description of the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you really like this particular explanation, and let me know if you have any issues. Thank you so much guys.